Oh yeah. That shit came out of surprise. Here we go. What up, B?
What up, my brother? What's happening, man? You doing all right?
I'm good, man. Happy 2022, yo.
Yeah, I know, man. Well, according to the president, it's 2020, but
right. What happened? What are you talking about?
He had a thing that he did. He goes, he wanted to wish everyone, and he says, "Hey, we got to combat COVID. We got to do this." Listen, It's now 2020. We need to go ahead. I'm like, does he not know what year we're in?
Oh, man. Come on, man. Give him a break, man. Come on, man. You don't want us to make fun of you when you get older like that. And if you know what I mean, come on, man.
But see, I know it's 2022. So that's the difference. You and I have been knocking heads with each other. Listen, man. How many times? I've been concussed 4 times. 2 broken helmets, 4 times, right? All right. I still knew what year it was, though. I'm just saying.
I'm not gonna be the man while he's down.
Oh, he's down. Oh, all right.
You know, everybody always coming down on the man, and you see whatever. You know, he's older, man. You know, I'm not gonna do that to people, man. Come on, man. What's up? What's up? What's up? Let's get off of that. Come on.
All right. Listen. First of all, I want to say hey to Detroit, especially the Novi area. Had a great New Year's Eve show. It was a lot of fun. We were at Big Tommy's, and then the big show is going to be at Andiamo's. I'll be there April 28th, I think. I'm going to be there April 28th or 29th. Go to my website at basillive.com. Big show there. Detroit. I love Detroit. You know, D-Town to me is women are hot. It just, man.
You go down to 8 Mile a lot? 8
Mile. Well, let me tell you what I love. See, I'm going to go to 8 Mile. Yeah, that's where I'm going to go. First of all, I find people to Detroit to be the laziest sons of bitches in the world. I'm going to tell you why. They don't even take the time to name their streets. They just go by whatever the odometer says. What street is this? I don't know. What's your odometer say? 3 Mile? Well, there you go. 3 Mile Road. There you go. Right there. Well, what about 10 miles up? Add it up, asshole. 13 miles. That's it. So I used to sit there and laugh about that. But, hey, a lot of fun. Had a great time. Then I went down to Fort Lauderdale right after and did a show down there. So I went from one climate to another. And it was pretty awesome doing that. And,
how was Fort Lauderdale, man?
Fort Lauderdale was cool, man. It was nice. It was in the 70s when I went there, so it wasn't too hot. Mid-70s, it was perfect.
Oh, that's perfect.
But I went, grabbed some food with a friend of mine. Speaking of food, when I come back, you and I, we got to do a Winnie's stop.
Got to do it. It's been too long, man.
It's been too
I needed him to inject that shit straight into my veins.
Yeah,
please.
Just take all the grease you can find, scrape it up, put it in an injection, swim right there. Just that should stop your heart. They know really good.
I think that's what's kept me healthy with COVID and everything this whole time.
The protection, the grease and the oil protecting everything.
It's so worth it.
Oh my God. Let me see who we got. I got a couple of chats over here. Hold on.
Oh, I got you. We got Bobby Foropoulos.
Oh, Bobby Foropoulos. Hey, man, what's going on, Bob and Theodora? I love her, man. She is just a lovely lady. And Bob, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank y'all for joining.
Tonight, we got a hell of a show tonight.
Yeah,
by the way, before we even go there, man, you can put on Otho Eskin. That's fine. You can put him up. We'll talk about him real quick. Otho Eskin, we had him on before. It was before you even came on with us. And a wonderful man, an attorney, worked for the U.S. government, did a lot of stuff. Worked for the military. Was an officer in the military.
Yeah,
has this new book that just came out called Headshot. And so it's going to be Evan, good to have you. John Shelton, good to have you. So make sure he did this book, the first book called The Reflecting Pool. An author. He's written some shows, actually some really great plays and stuff like that as well. He'll be on tonight at 8:30. He'll be on from 8:30 to 9, but we are going to go from 8 until 9 and have a great time. So I enjoyed some curambiedes and some melomacorona.
See, okay, all right. See, okay. So wait a minute. Why did you give me shit for being able to pronounce Greek words? You're Greek and you couldn't pronounce melomacorona. Oh, yo, did you hear that? Did you hear what I just said?
Yeah, I heard
melomacorona.
Okay. First of all,
what?
When the show is called A Pinch of JR, okay.
Right.
Then you can talk. All right. Man, you people have killed the Greek curambiedes and everything. Melomacorona. It's all right.
Melomacorona. Okay.
Okay, you're getting there. All right. Pete Santos is on. He's a natural, Pete.
Thanks,
I agree
Pete.
with you. Mary Moisey. Oh, is it Moisey? She's laughing. Doesn't matter.
I love it. She's having a good time. Thanks.
She's having it's all it's about.
Joining us.
Bob, good to see you. Bobby, good seeing you again. Theodora, good having you. But I gotta tell you, man, it's been a little bit crazy with all the COVID stuff going on, right?
Yeah.
And I got my booster shot. Did you get a booster yet?
Bro, I got a whole story about that. Yes, I did.
Did you really? Tell us tonight. Tell us tonight.
Yeah.
Tell us tonight. Because I got my booster 2 days before Christmas. Now I'm going to tell you something. That thing made me feel miserable.
I was done. It
just made me
down, Jack.
Did you get the chills?
Put me down. Yes, I had to leave work. We had three production assistants at work for the whole last week. Me and 2 other people to put on a whole newscast. One night, Thursday night, I don't want to get into it, but yes, it was over. I had to leave Thursday night. It was the worst. That's the worst I felt. From a sickness. And it was from a booster shot.
Yeah, I got the boot. And it always happens like 12 hours later. I had the chills. When I got my first shot, 12 hours later. Second shot, 12 hours later. Booster shot, 12 hours later. So I was just like, all right, this is crazy. But it was right on the clock, man. You could have set your clock on this. I got the chills, and after I got the chills for about 4 or 5 hours, and I covered myself with every blanket I had, stayed away from Kula, everything. And then I was fatigued.
Yeah.
Fatigued, man. I was just dragging. Yeah. And I even went Christmas Eve. I went to church, right? Christmas Eve. Went to church. I was about ready to fall asleep. And then I wound up going ahead and I started going a little bit crazy. And I'm like, I just was. And I finally came to Christmas morning, because I was getting some gifts. And I was very happy about that Santa brought me some gifts. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Evan, I promise I'm going to come to Chicago, Evan. I promise I really will. Happy New Year to you too, John. JR, Happy New Year, man. I'm so happy it's the new year. So we can get out of these doldrums. I really
man. Like a new year, man. I've come into this new year with a new mindset, a new mind frame, hopefully a new work ethic. I want to get myself better, want to get myself healthier. Can't get much better looking than I am, so I can't do much about that.
Really? That what you're going with? Okay.
Confidence. Hey, I'm coming in this new year with confidence, baby.
Just because you can't get laid in prison, and then all of a sudden you all that in a bag of chips, it's okay, man.
Hey, I'm trying to say it, see it, right? See it into fruition. I'm making this shit happen.
Pete Soto said he got a booster a month ago, and 6 out of 8 of my shift hit COVID. Oh, wow. And thank God I did not. So, listen, man, knock on wood, it helped. Again, so no issue with any of my vaccinations.
I've never had an issue. So when I got the vaccine, my arm was just sore. I never got chills or nothing. When
my arm was a little sore. My arm
When
was
I
a
got
little
this
sore.
booster, my arm felt like it was gonna fall off. First of all,
No, really.
crazy sore. But then I got the chills, I got the diarrhea, I got everything, the fever, everything. But then next day I gave myself a COVID test, tested negative just to make sure it was, you know what I mean, just the booster and stuff. And hey, baby, I'm strong like bull now, baby.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you got some bull something in you. Yeah, there's no two ways about that. Yeah.
Fuck, I love y'all, man. I love this shit.
Yeah.
I'm so glad to be back, man. So happy, so happy.
No, I'm happy, you know. And then tonight at 8:00, I want everyone to join us. You know, first of all, Otho Eskin, we had him on our show before. Just a wonderful guest, just a lot of fun. And then I had the opportunity to talk with him. And then we got some other. We got Ken Shamrock going to be coming back on. And so we're going to find that information next week. So if you guys, all the wrestling people out there and people with the bare knuckles thing, because that fight's coming up, so we'll be promoting that.
Crazy. It's crazy.
We're going to see if we can get Mike Vaccaro, the voice of the Seahawks,
voice of the
Seahawk basketball.
And host, he's also the host of In the Front Row, new podcast with Mike Vaccaro.
Oh, there you go.
That I also produce.
Yeah, you know what? You just all over the place. You're running yourself ragged, man. That's what, you know. First off, what your first responsibility should be to Basil.
We're live right now.
Yeah, I know we're live, but I don't want this. You know, listen, man, you're stretching yourself thin, and I know it's going to stretch with you. But
that's a lot of stretching to get thin, yo.
So did the Christmas? I see that the Christmas tree disappeared.
Christmas tree is gone. The wrestlers are back. The wrestlers are back, baby.
Oh yeah,
the Heenan family is back. I haven't put my homeboy Danny Vegas back up there yet. You know what I mean? From Viva La Tamish.
Yeah, I know.
They're hitting the road, big indies. They're huge on the indie scene.
Well, I gotta tell you, I am very, very impressed with all your dolls, and that's great.
Look, mother. Hey man,
I know. Action figures. I'm sorry, action figures.
Okay, there we go. Yeah. Better.
Yeah. So Barbie was an action figure too, I guess.
When you get back, all right, forget Winnie's. When you get back, we just gonna meet up. How about that?
Sorry. Listen, man, I'm gonna buy you a Winnie's burger like you never had. Yeah,
with onion rings.
Yeah, of course, man. Why even?
Hey, you might mess around.
Why even think about going to Winnie's without onion rings?
You doing all that for me? You might mess around and get your little something.
It's always been a dream to go Jungle Fever with you. That's always been a dream of mine.
You need to dream bigger, my friend. You need to dream bigger. You need to step your dreams up a little bit, homie.
Oh my God. Yes,
man. I'm excited about tonight for sure. Because again. I love when we bring these people on, because I'm not a big reader, but every single one that we brought on, I've gone back and done some and looked in their books and downloaded. I have Audible on my phone, and that's one of the things I'm getting into this year. I'm reading books, and I love these authors, and I love this stuff, man.
And probably like you, because you and I have such crazy schedules, to be able to crack a book open and sit down and read is very difficult.
It's tough.
Very tough for us. So as I always tell people, I'm extremely well listened. So I can go ahead and, I love being able to hear the audiobooks. Yeah. I've been asked to do a couple of audiobooks to lay down my voice for that, which is great.
Awesome. That's cool.
And I'm doing working with a good friend of mine, Nick Furis. He's working on a brand new documentary, and I'll be laying down track for that. And then I just been asked to also lay down track for an actual film, which is going to be an animated film. Excuse me, man, I got the burps all of a sudden.
Good.
To go ahead and actually do this movie. It's an animated movie out in
I
Canada.
would love to do an animated movie.
Oh man, it's great. And the thing is too, it's not cool. It's not as difficult as per se a man. When you can go ahead and actually lay down track on a virgin on an actual virgin script as far as the filming, because the animators will draw everything is put together. The only thing that's missing is the expression, like the eyebrows going up like this, or the expressiveness of the mouth and lip movement. So as you're doing, you can go, oh come on, it's the character. That's the last thing they do, because they take the best take and then they draw around all the expression. Where Japanese anime, it's already like locked down. You got to be able to fit that verbiage in that lip movement, and it's a bitch. But that's why you get paid what you get paid. So you might have something in Japanese like "Don't understand, right?" Yeah. Meanwhile, the guy said, "Oh yeah, really? How the hell do you fit? Oh yeah, really?" in all that lip movement. So you got to try.
Sorry, so you've done Japanese anime voice?
Oh yeah, yeah, many.
Wow. Okay.
Oh yeah, Blue Sub 6, Cherry. Bubblegum Crash, Unai, I've done all those. Yeah.
Interesting. That's so I just another man, we got to talk more, man, because a friend of mine just got me into an anime show. I used to not make fun of, but I used to think of anime like, man, what the hell I want to watch this crap for? You know what I mean? It wasn't my speed, but this show in particular is more sports oriented. And he was like, man, I think you would like it. And I love this show. I never thought I would like anime, but it's good stuff, man.
I'm not, to be honest with you, I've never really been someone who is really into anime, because my fan base and everything, they all know I do Bullwinkle, and that's all great and good and everything. To do Bullwinkle is great because, hell, you can even, let me see, go this way. There's my
Look at him.
Yeah, there's my
there he is.
To do Bullwinkle, but the thing is, it was so easy because it was just like, hey, Rob, watch me pull a rabbit out of my... But that, whatever the case is, right? So every time I love coming to, so it was an easy like this, right? So my job was to fit, but because I actually couldn't speak English as a kid, the only way I learned my English was through Bullwinkle, but I would imitate Bullwinkle in Greek. So I'm sitting there, and my mom goes, that's it. We got to teach him English. This is bullshit, so.
No, are you serious, man?
Yeah. Yeah, I used to do Bullwinkle as a kid, not as technically like I do now, but I used to do Bullwinkle as a kid. Yeah, but I would do it in Greek.
Years later, you end up being able to be the voice of Bullwinkle.
Yeah, who knew, right?
That's beautiful.
I did a series of Taco Bell commercials. Did I ever tell you about this?
No,
I can't remember.
No. I don't remember.
June Foray was still living, who was the voice of Rocket J. Squirrel, right? And Taco Bell called. I got a call from my then time management, and he says, "Hey, would Basil be interested in doing this stuff? We can get." And there's a couple of other guys that did Bullwinkle for them as well at Universal Studios. And he says, "No, let me see if we can get Basil." And I was available, and I did these Taco Bell commercials as Bullwinkle. So, June Foray may have been 5'1". 5 foot, very short lady, but she a giant in the animated cartoon series, stuff like that. She was wonderful. So I was intimidated being just in the same room with her. This is an icon, right?
Right.
So I'll never forget. I had to say this, these lines and stuff, and we were going to cut like 3 or 4 of these commercials.
Yeah,
and I kept screwing up, And now what I didn't know is basically when you wind up going ahead and do this is, we did it on DAT at that time, DAT, the digital tape. It was like, you did it on DAT tape at that time, right? And so I wound up and I kept screwing. So finally, she has a mouth. Well, she had a mouth. She passed away, God rest her soul. She had a mouth like a sailor, and I didn't know that. This is June Foray,
Yeah.
So finally, I kept screwing up. You get burritos and tacos, and I'm doing all this stuff, and I kept flubbing the line,
Yeah.
So finally, after like the third take, she was like, "Okay, smoke, Bullwinkle. I hope you can get this fucking line right so we can get the fuck out of here." And I said, "Well, it's like you little squirrel." And we're going back. And I'm in one room, she's in another, but we can see each other through the glass, you know. So
Yeah.
I'm like, and the producers are laughing, the director's laughing, everyone's laughing, she's even laughing. And because I just answered her, I wasn't going to let anyone intimidate me, right? So I'm like,
Right.
well, you know, I just went bam, bam. So finally, we cut the commercials. It was good. She gave me a hug, and she was going to meet some friends of hers and stuff, and then she took off. I've got a couple of pictures of her and I together. So all of a sudden, before I wind up leaving, this guy who's running the board throws me the tape. He goes, "Here you go, kid. Here's something you'll never wind up having again." And I still have the original DAT tape that I have.
Way,
I'll never put it on the air. I'll never. I
Wow.
didn't want to go ahead and actually, you know, her memory. You know, I would never do that. So what's Mel Quitman? That's Nesta Francis.
Yeah, so that's my homeboy Nesta. He lives in Jamaica now.
Oh, Nesta,
He
what
lives in
up?
Jamaica. Nesta, what's up, man? Thanks for joining us, buddy. I was typing up a response to you on Facebook right now. But yeah, what's up, man?
You doing all right, Nesta? I'm glad that you got a chance to go ahead and be part of this, man. Stephanie Abel,
nice.
How you doing, Stephanie?
Hello,
She okay?
Stephanie.
Yeah.
Hello, Stephanie. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, but
oh my God,
that's amazing, man. That story, man. I love hearing those stories like that about like your career, the Bullwinkle stuff. We could dive in. We'll have to have a show. Just about.
Just to go on some of the cartoon stuff like that,
you know
because
I mean?
you know I think it'd be cool. Because I would
do
do the small incidental parts because I was never home long enough to do the main characters, right?
Okay.
Which was cool for me, you know, because at that time they were paying like like $400 an hour, and I was doing 3. They only wanted you to work 3 hours, but when you're sitting there, you're listening to the beeps coming in, doot, 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 and you get the pace, and that's when you have to lay down the line for like 2 or 3 or 4 words. Yeah. And see if you get it, because if you don't do it the right way, it's going to look like a bad Godzilla movie where it's going to be, Godzilla. You know, you're going to have that. You don't want to, you don't want that. So it was pretty crazy. But let me see. We got
Stephanie. She said she remembers you from a cruise she went on, Basil.
Who is this?
Stephanie.
Oh my God. Well, I'm going to go back on a cruise, Stephanie. I'm going back on a cruise. I go on a cruise. I got to fly out Friday afternoon, and then I'm going to go ahead and, actually go do the cruise. I'm going to be gone for like 10 days. I know y'all are going to miss me. So that's what I'm going with anyway. Yeah, whatever.
Who the hell are y'all?
Yeah. So we're going to wind up. Stephanie, I hope you get a chance. Was I funny, Stephanie? Just let me know if I was funny. You know, that's all I really need to know. Didn't care about anything.
How you doing? None of that good stuff.
Yeah, I don't want to know if you and I had more than carnal knowledge of each other. I don't want to know that. I don't want to know.
Nothing. Just if my shit was good. If my
just
shit was good, that's all I want to know.
Good. That was it. Oh my God.
That's awesome.
But everything is cool. But I want all of you, Nesta, Stephanie, John Shelton. Let me see, Basil. I remember you from a cruise I went on. Okay,
again, it just doubled up.
Yeah, and let me see, John Shelton, Stephanie, Nesta, Mary, Moisi. Let me see, Pete Sotos, and Pete said he got 6 of his 8.
Join us tonight, baby.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. Evan, let me see. Joy, okay, they put him. Yeah, this John Shelton, Theodora, Bobby Foropoulos. I just want to tell you, you're amazing, Basil. Listen, look at that. Amazing. Not just funny.
I don't see that message anywhere.
Because evidently,
where's that one?
Yeah, it's all the way on the bottom. Look, keep looking.
Oh, I see. Oh, it's the. Oh, she just. Oh. Okay, I got you. I see. I got you.
God forbid someone thinks I'm amazing. Stephanie, just say, JR, you're amazing too, so he can feel better about himself.
Hey, baby. Hey, she don't have to say it. I already know, homie.
Oh, my God.
already know, player.
You are the reason why you don't have friends.
Exactly.
Oh my God. Well, my God, you know what? I think we've been close on to a half an hour to doing our little pitch.
But yeah, join. Hey, look, this is who we got tonight. Join us. He's written 2 books. Well, he's written a lot of books. Sorry, right?
Yeah.
He's written a lot of books, but his most recent headshot is for sale now, and it's the most elusive assassin. Oh, it went away as I'm trying to read it. The most elusive assassin in the world versus DC homicide detective Marco Zorn.
There you go.
That got me. I'm not a reader, but that sounds interesting to me.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, man. I mean, we have some fantastic guests.
It. We have, man.
Authors,
we
sports, athletes, you name it. I'm proud of the guests that we put on there because it's just not one thing. Yeah, go ahead, man.
I would love to get with George Veras back on the Hall of Fame because it just came. The 15 finalists just came out, and I remember we talked about it. Torrey Holt is a finalist now in the 15.
Oh, great.
And everybody.
He's one of your boys. You played with him, right?
I played with Torrey Holt at NC State. Hey, you can still vote for the Hall of Fame. Go vote for Torrey Holt in the Hall of Fame, not just because he's a college teammate of mine. He's just a great person. But on top of that, on the field, none better, man. He deserves every accolade he gets. I would love to get Torrey Holt on the show. That would be great. But if we get George back on to talk about it again and stuff, that'd be awesome. Yo.
As a matter of fact, why don't I reach out to George today and drop him an email? And because George Veras, who is the CEO of the Football Hall of Fame, of the NFL Football Hall of Fame, he was a great guest too. Wasn't he a fun guest?
Blew my mind. He was amazing. He was great.
Starting off as a ball boy for the New York Jets back in the 60s, right? And then turning out to wind up being the CEO of the Football Hall of Fame, NFL Football Hall of Fame. It doesn't get no better than that, No. And he was the guy who turned me on to do the voiceover as Jimmy the Greek for the Legend of Jimmy the Greek. So, let's see. John Shelton says, JR played for the Wolfpack.
The Wolfpack, baby.
He goes, he was starting to like you. Go Eels. Yeah, see what happens, man.
Eels, come on, man.
Yeah, I know. Well,
but all right, so look, sorry, but the interesting story about that, John, I was a Carolina fan growing up. I went to the Tar Heels football camp my junior year in high school. Going into my senior year, Mack Brown left. I was going to Carolina. I had pictures with Mack Brown and everything. I was on my way.
Yeah, didn't he go to Texas? He went to Texas.
He left to go to Texas. Carl Torbush, he was at that camp also. I did not like him at that camp. I chose to go to NC State instead.
There you go. And that is the history of how it went down.
Go Wolfpack.
So you didn't like him. You knew already from
hated Carl Torbush. Hated him at that camp. He was different. I just remember being kind of nasty and just not he wasn't a player's coach. It didn't feel like it almost was like he was just there to collect a check. You know what I mean? Or something like, I don't know. It's weird me feeling that in 11th grade about somebody. Yeah.
How did you feel about how long did he stay with Carolina at that time?
Mack Brown?
No, not Mack Brown. Mack Brown was there for a while.
Carl Torbush, he was there for what, a season or two.
Yeah, so didn't really. And the thing is, when because I was involved in a change too. If you don't fit in their plans, you might as well just, And back then it was very difficult because if you wanted to switch schools, you basically had to go ahead and actually sit out. So if you already redshirted 1 year and now you're going to go, now you got to take out another year. So not only gives you 3 possible years for eligibility, right? So you're like, oh, man, this sucks. It really, really does suck. Mm-hmm. But let me see. Stephanie Abel, she says she's working. I'm working on my first book.
Nice.
Oh, Stephanie, what kind of book is it? I would love to see what kind of book. He and Basil do all my
definitely. Tell us.
Stephanie, let us know. As a matter of fact, you can come on tonight and let us know. We'll even talk about it. And if it's a good book, I'm hoping it's a book about your experience with me and how I helped change your life around after seeing my show.
I couldn't.
We can all have hopes. Right? This is Junior Basil. Can I tell you about my book? Well, I just thought I did. It's a story about me and how I hope to change your life. But evidently I was wrong. Okay.
Hey, Nesta, my friend Nesta Buzz, he said, Miss Plant, man, Nesta, you have no idea. We used to play like 2K, NBA 2K all the time, the video game. And I'm sure Nesta would remember me spanking that ass all the time. Hey, if anybody think they can see me on NBA 2K, I have my PlayStation 4 right now. Holler at your boy. I will take you down.
You know what? The only thing I've asked for during Christmas was a PS4, nice. Or possibly now the PS5, which just came out, right?
Right.
I think the 5 came out, didn't it?
It did. Yep, the 5 is out. Yeah.
Now ask me.
Did Santa bring you a PlayStation?
Ask me if he brought that.
Did Santa Claus bring you a PlayStation?
Hell no.
What the hell? You were naughty. You were on the naughty list. You know you were on the naughty list.
I wasn't. I was a good boy. And I did not get it. I don't know why. I just really thought I was going to get it this year because I wanted to play Madden football. And now John Madden's gone. He went to football heaven. Yeah.
Turducken.
Actually, I love John Madden. Wouldn't you have loved to have him as a coach?
Dude, yo, I would have run through a brick wall for that dude. Just listening to him on TV. You know? Just listen, man. He was amazing. Amazing.
You know what?
Good,
Madden was the kind of guy who you just loved. When he would take his pencil and start scribbling about where the cooking is oh shit. Stephanie said it's about her about my abusive relationship with my grandma. Oh, well, certainly not about me. Not at all about your life.
Not at all about
Nesta, listen, man, we're gonna get together. Pete Sotos is Oculus versus
the awesome. VR. So it's like virtual reality goggles. So I don't know if you've seen them.
I know what they are.
Crazy. This shit's crazy. So like it's really cool, yo. Really cool.
I couldn't tell you because no one bought me a PS5.
Hey man, Rachel, will you come have a sleepover? You can play on my PlayStation 4 with me. And my action figures.
I don't think Kula will let me come over for
I'm not the kind of friend that Kula wants you to associate with.
Kula, can I go over JR's and have a sleepover? Hell no. You can't do that. Oh my God, Stephanie, I want you to get it out. I want you to tell us. And you know what, sweetheart, we got a wonderful our co-host Janice Hermson who couldn't make it today, but she'll be there tonight. You should actually send her some information about it. She is a publisher, and if it's something that's really phenomenally special, you need to go ahead and talk to her about that. But yes, if you have an issue, whatever, get it out on paper. Get it out on paper and allow people to know the pain that you went through and everything. And I'm really sorry for that. I really am. Barbie gets some action. Yes, Barbie gets a lot of action, if you know what I mean.
Barbie and Andre the Giant.
I love you. No, I can't. It doesn't matter what you want. Anyway, folks, listen. Also, one more thing. Hey, go to YouTube, check out Basil, and then in other words, the comedian. Follow us, and just click follow, and there's a little bell every time we're on. A little ding thing happens. Go to Basil Fans, BASILE FANS. Follow me there. Go to Twitter. Go to Basil Fans, BASILE FANS. Go to Instagram. Go to BASILE FANS. I made it easy for you. I can't do it anymore.
All the same. They're all the same. They're all the same. Either Basil Fans, or Basil the Comedian.
Basil the Comedian, fans, or a pinch of basil if you want to go. Yeah.
If you Google it, if you YouTube search it all of that will just pop up. Just subscribe. Just the best. We definitely appreciate everybody for listening. Share with your friends. Tell everybody. The best thing that you could do for us, though, is subscribe. Subscribe. Please subscribe. That helps the channel grow. That helps us get more viewers, more worldwide, more world domination, world takeover for JR to eventually have a pinch of JR.
Mother of God, here we go. Okay. Because a pinch of JR just really fills the senses.
Goes right off the tongue.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, folks, we will see you tonight, 8 o'clock. Come join us on Basil Fans. Come join us on my God, Basil Fans on Twitter, on Facebook. Go watch us on YouTube at Basil the Comedian. Check us out on all the anchor outlets as well. So make sure you come and catch us tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern Time, 8 p.m. all the way to 9, with our wonderful guest, Otho Eskin, with his new book, Headshot. We'll see you all tonight. Peace.